because I got a headache. All right. Now, when I say counting, I don't mean counting 1, 2, 3, but it does mean using those numbers. And go ahead and turn the front light off for me, please. Counting, basically, you ever write a word and it don't look right? That don't look right. That is weird. All right, counting is using the numbers in sequence. Using the numbers in sequence, meaning factorial. And there's nothing on my board. That means something's wrong. Hold on a second. Somebody must have started the computer. Yeah, there we go. Using numbers in sequence and factorial. That symbol is factorial. Now, factorial is used whenever we're dealing with any type of combinations or permutations or anything like that. The formulas are very complicated, so what I would suggest is get your calculator out, because I'm gonna tell you to use your calculators in this section, okay? Unless you just want to use the formulas, and I wouldn't suggest that, even somebody I don't like. Okay, so this is about the only section that I tell you to use your calculators. 2 factorial is 1 times 2, which is equal to 2. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1 equals 6. 4 factorial is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, or 4 times 6 is 24. And basically, you can take these two and multiply them together. And you get 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 3 times 2 times 1 times, I missed one, 4, which is equal to 5 times 24, which is equal to what? 120, and so on. Okay, so 6 factorial will be 720, and so on. So factorial is multiplying the numbers in sequence down to 1. Why do I have to put down to 1? It would knock everything out. 0 would knock everything out. So 100 factorial will be 0. 200 factorial will be 0. Can't include 0 because 0 cancel everything out. So factorial is used in several of our those things that you plug things into. Formulas. There you go. Can't think this morning. Going to look at what chapter is this? So I can pull it up. Thank you. 5.5 and I was going to pull up the first formula, which is combination and permutation. There is a couple of simple ones up at the front of the book. I'll go ahead and show them to you, but they're pretty simple. One of them is just factorial. That's when you find the keys on a keypad or something like that. Let me bring this down a little bit. Yeah, there's the first one. That's multiplicative rule of counting. Make note of that one on 276. That's where you just multiply the numbers together, which that's not what we're going over right now. Here's where they bring in factorial. There's the factorial rule, which is what I just wrote on the board. Permutation. Permutation has one word in it that separates it from combination, and that word is what? Order. So you need to make note of that. Permutation equals order. Combination, no order. Write that down. And that's page 277. And there's the formula for the permutation. Now, I want you to write it down. But the only reason I want you to write it down is kind of like in case of emergency. But I do not suggest that you depend on it, because it'll take you two or three times the amount of time that it will to do it in the calculator. So write it down. NPR, N is N and R subscript, equals N factorial over N minus R factorial. That's the permutation, which means order. Now, it's also the number of permutations, distinct objects taken at a what? Time. Now, there's another one that you're going to see here in just a minute. Oops, sorry. Well, we'll just go on combination. We'll show you the other one in a minute. There's the combination, so write it down. NCR is equal to that formula, which is basically just got an R factorial in the bottom. So, which one's going to be a bigger number? Well, the denominator gets bigger in the combination, so it's going to be a what? Smaller number. So the combination is usually going to be a smaller number than the permutation. And I'll show you how to use those in just a minute. Yeah, because, yeah. I think that's all they're going to show us. I thought they had. Yeah, if I don't go over that one. There we go. That's the page I was looking for. This is on page 282. And that's got all of them. And the one I use is this one and this one. So I give you a question on the test. It's going to say a permutation or a combination, or it's going to say order or no order. So let's go to something that everybody knows, and that is the lottery. And where is it? How to play? Where is how to play? I don't know play the odds. I guess you have to click on Powerball first. There we go. How to play. Now I want everybody to look at these first two lines, because this is basically, the first two paragraphs. Let me snip it out a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. Take our hand again, the snipping tool. We'll pull it out. And we'll just cut this out. Save it. And pull it up. Now, you can write it ad lib or take a picture of it or whatever, but you need to put this in your note somehow, some way. You don't have to write every single word down. See, that's why I don't zoom down very much. Sorry. Write that down. The part that you have to write about is about the ping pong balls. Select 5 are the numbers. You don't have to write. You have to put lack of pencil. You don't have to write all that. Because that's what's going to be on any of the tests. Okay? It'll say you want to win the Powerball or you want to win the lottery. Now, when you see the words you would like to win the lottery, what does that mean? Well, yeah, I know that. But what does it mean as far as the question? It means that you are buying a what? A ticket. All right? Now, that's going to make a difference in the answer because if you buy one ticket, that means you have to put 1 over the probability. Okay? One of the books that we were using before, it assumed that people had common sense and said, you would like to win the lottery, blah, 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 blah. What is the probability that you win the lottery? Well, that book thought that everybody had common sense to know that if you wanted to win the lottery, you had to buy what? Ticket. So the answer was 1 over, and people complain and say, well, it doesn't say 1 over. And it's not supposed to. You're supposed to have common sense to know you can't win the lottery if you don't what? Buy a ticket. So anyway, we changed the book for one reason because of that. Anyway, 5 numbers from 1 to 69 in the upper plate, and the Powerball is 1 to 26. So that means, does it say anything about order? No. If it doesn't say anything about order, then that means what? It's a combination. And if it's a combination, that means no order. So, which one's n? The n is always going to be your biggest number. So what's bigger, 69 or 5? So 69 is going to be n. So your first combination is going to be 69 combination of 5. You've got 69 numbers to choose from, and you're going to put them in 5 slots. That's what it means.
Is the Powerball the permutation that is? That's where the actual thing you've got to have the numbers, but also have them in the right order.
You do not have to have them in that order. You can have them in any order. They can, as long as you've got 5 numbers, they can be in any order. Okay? And 5 is your slots. So what would the Powerball be? The red ball, what would that be? Well, which one's in? And how many slots? 1. So 26 comma n, or combination n. So you would do this permutation or combination by saying 1 over combination times combination, because you got 2 of them. What is the probability of you getting the 5 balls and, notice I said and, the red ball. So this would be 69 combination of 5 and 26 combination of 1. So now you just have to punch it in your calculator. So those of you who are on the calculator drill team already know how to do that. Some of y'all that don't know, you go to your handy dandy calculator and I'll show you how to do it. So you type in 69 and then you type in math, which is right above the, right below, well, it's right there. Let's see where it is. It says math. And then go over to probability and go to NCR. and 5. It's a BA number, but that's the number. Now I'm going to stow that. That's where you go buy bread, it's stow. I'm going to stow that as my first number. Stow alpha F for first number. Everybody with me? All right, now I'm going to clear it. Second entry, and go back and change it to 26. Combination of 1, which should be 26. And stow alpha second number, which would be S. And now I put 1 over parentheses my first number times my what? Second number, close parentheses. And that's going to be a very small number, which, let's play with this for a minute. Somebody multiply 26 by that big number. Let's go ahead and put it in fraction form, because that's what they're going to want probably on the test. Hold on, let me get over there. 1 over what? 292201,338. Is that right? So 1 over 292,201,338. You got a better chance of getting hit by a bus when you walk out of the parking lot. That's also, by scientific notation, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 9, 7, blah, blah, blah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, why did South Carolina have such a big ball in it when we got the lottery? Some of y'all probably wasn't even born. I don't know when we got the lottery, but when we got it, I remember the governor was raising all kind of sin, and the state was raising all kind of sin, and because we just had got rid of video poker, which was crack cocaine and the cigarettes. You know, it was what people got addicted to. All right, and we just had got rid of video poker, and then the lottery came in, and everybody was raising all kind of sin about it. Anybody know why? Huh? It's a game. But why would there's a lot of scams in South Carolina. Why would people care about this one? Because we just had got rid of video poker, and y'all heard the stories. I don't know how many of y'all were around, but the video poker, there were people be playing video poker and throwing their cashing their check while their baby runs around on the floor with diapers on. In other words, they were neglecting their family. Okay, because 5% of the population was doing that. All right, so they thought that since we're all the same in South Carolina, what would we do if we had the lottery? We'd give away our paychecks for the lottery too, because Bubba, he's gonna win that lottery. And Bubba, let's pull up the Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, Bubba. So we'll do, let's say he buys 1 ticket, of course, 1 ticket here. And then he says he's going to buy 10 tickets. Then he says he's going to buy 100 tickets. Then he's going to buy what? 1,000 tickets. Bubba's going to win that lottery. Then he buys 10,000 tickets. And then 100,000. And then what? We could, 1 million. Buys 1 million tickets. Well, let's see what happens to his probability. Let's see what happens. So he goes out here and he buys 1 ticket. Well, let's see what his probability is. Well, we know that what do we say is 50? Let's see, combin, it's combin, COMBIN. I think that's it. Equals, sorry. Equals combin. There it is. Oops, sorry. I thought I picked it. COM. And write that down if you want to use the Excel spreadsheet. There. What is it? Was it 59 or 69? 69 numbers, comma, 5 slots. And then equals COMBIN. Parentheses. What was the other one? 26, comma 1. And of course, you multiply those two together. That's going to be the same each time. So we can take over here, we'll say equals this number divided by parentheses, this number times this number. Okay, that wasn't supposed to look like that. Times this number, close parentheses, close parentheses. And of course, I'm doing this for a reason, so just hold on. Format cells, number, we'll take it 10 pieces. Alright, so there's that number. And then he decides to what? Do the same thing. Well, let me go back here and lock this one. The 4. The 4. I'm going to copy that. And then let's say that he decides, let's put 3 more down here. Let's say he decides to buy 2 million, or let's see, 150. Let's go with 150,000. He decides to buy 150,000. Then he decides to buy 200,000. Then he decides to buy 500,000. He decides to buy 1 million. Then he decides to buy 2 million. 3 million. Oops, that's 30,000. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what does Bubba find out? Well, what do we usually go by in the United States as far as money? We go to the hundreds, right? Everything is to the hundreds. I mean, you don't walk up and buy you don't walk up and buy something that costs $3.49536, do you? Mostly it's 0.49 or 0.59 or whatever. So if you look at these numbers, what are all of these numbers? Right here, right here, right here. What is it? 0 what? Percent, right? Because you go by the first 2 decimal places. So is Bubba smarter buying 1 ticket or buying 3 million tickets? 1 ticket. So you're smarter buying 1 ticket, but the probability of buying 1 ticket is pretty much equal to the probability of buying how many? 2 million or 1 million. That's why people had a fit over the lottery. They thought Bubba would go out and buy what? 2 million tickets or however many his paycheck would buy. And that's why a lot of people were against the lottery in South Carolina, because everybody knows in South Carolina, we're all what? Stupid. I mean, that's what we are. Everybody stereotypes people. What two states are the dumbest states in the nation? South Carolina and who? It's your parents' fault. Mississippi. Because we're always last in what? Huh? Yeah, that's true. That's why, because back then, you ever thought about this? Now think, if you were the last ranked student of the last ranked high school in the last ranked state in the nation, you'd be the dumbest person in the United States. You ever thought about that? That's what you need to look up. You need to look up where you rank. When you graduate high school, okay, Hubert graduated 352 out of 356. Okay, good. All right, now, where was Westside ranked that year? Well, where was South Carolina ranked? Okay, I wasn't the dumbest person in the United States. But anyway, at that time, when the lottery was coming in, South Carolina and Mississippi were trading the last SAT scores in the nation. Okay? They forget that half the other part of the nation is using not the SAT, but what? ACT. But that doesn't matter. Okay? Just figure it on in. And that's why, everybody was saying, well, golly, they must be stupid in South Carolina and Mississippi. We better not let the lottery go down there because they'd spend all their paycheck. That's why. So when you go buy the lottery, when you buy a lottery ticket, just buy one. Don't buy 10 because it's not going to help you. Okay? And buying one is fun. Buying this is stupid because you still got the same amount of chance as you would if you just buy one. Now, let's see how we did. You got the probability right here. So let's see how we did. Go to our handy dandy odds. Oh my gosh, look at there. 292,201,337. What do we get? Hold on. Oh, we got the next one is what we got. Where is it? There it is. 292,201,338. So now you do Mega Million. So we're going to go to the Mega Million now. And I want you to do that, and that way you'll have 2 for your notebook. Let's see, for the Mega Million. All right, there it is. You do that one. I was supposed to have a student come in this morning from another class. Is she here? Oh, she's not. Well, I gave her my address to my YouTube videos, and I told her to look at last semester because I have a cover of regression in here. She might have went and looked at last semester's 120. I don't know. Moore? Last name's Moore? Yeah. I told her she could come to this class if she wanted to. Is she having a hard time in that other class? You can't understand him. Wah 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 wah. Well, 2 students came to me before that class started and said, I got this person. I said, I don't know, you better take my class. And they didn't, so I hadn't heard from them. It's like they fall into an abyss. I never hear from them again. Huh? I'm sorry, but Math 120 is not a class that should be difficult. It shouldn't. I mean, I really don't think we've covered anything in here that difficult except for the mean and standard deviation of the probability distribution. I mean, do y'all think we've covered anything that difficult? But that's what happens when you could live beside a TV station. You don't have a TV antenna, you still don't get no TV. You can have all the credentials in the world and still can't tell anybody how to get out of a wet paper sack. Some of y'all are having to think about that for a minute. So this would be 75, 5, 15, and 1. Is that what you get? So we go to our handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, and I change this number and change this number 15.
Goodbye.
What?
It's
It should be 5, shouldn't it? Huh? No, it's got to be 5. It's got to be 5 slots in the first one, and then 1 in the second one. That's the way it works. Is that what y'all got? Let's go back there. Hold on. All right. What did I put? Didn't I put 75? Yeah. Let's go back and look, make sure. Okay, 1 to 75 and 1 to 15. 5 balls, 1 to 75, 1 ball, 1 to 15. Now let's see what theirs is. Their odds are 258,890,850. That should be what y'all got. Now y'all can work for the South Carolina Lottery Commission. I don't think I'd want to work for them. I'm scared people would say they're being bribed. I wouldn't want to work down there. Okay, so that's how you do the lottery. Any questions on that? I told you this section was going to be fast. Now, the way I'm going to do this is, well, I'm going to do the last section in regression because regression is not that big of a deal. I don't know why people make it out to be. And I think this is the chapter 4, 4.1 and 4.2, wasn't it? Somebody help me out. That's all right, I'll do it. 4, yeah, 4.1 and 4.2. Is that what we're supposed to go into? I think that is. I'm going to go ahead and cover it now because it really doesn't have anything to do with, it does have something to do with probability, but it really doesn't. But I know that sounds weird. See if I can find my video. We're not ready to go yet. Why are y'all packing up? We still got to write notes and stuff. I can't spell. Okay, please tell me y'all seen The Matrix at least. Because every time I asked y'all move it. Okay, so you've seen one movie. Okay, good. Am I what? I just pulled up the first one I came to. No, this isn't my video. I just pulled up. I don't know why it's not coming on. Let's see if it can, Are they speaking Greek? I can't hear because this stupid machine is not working. I hope I don't have any hearing impaired people in here because that dumb thing's not working. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Is it on? I've turned it. Let me turn it up over. Now it's going to blast everybody out. Well, I have to go. Hold on. Somebody's been fooling with it, so. Maybe I have to open it. Now it's going to blast everybody out. I've turned it up. This is for the visual, whatever impaired. Okay, now he's going to talk about cause and effect. It's not working. Causality. Okay, we're not going to watch that. Anyway, he's talking about cause and effect, causality. Something has a tendency, something has a predict, you can see a pattern. That's what he's talking about. He usually says, one of the lines he says, I drink too much wine, I have to pee. You know, that's what he's saying, cause and effect. You do one thing, you do the other. Now, what does that have to do with correlation? Correlation is the same. And I'm just going to go through a quick, because you already know how to do correlation. That's why I was, when Miss Moore contacted me, I was like, really? And it really surprised me because y'all already know how to do regression. How? Well, in pre-algebra, in algebra 1, if you have 2 points, 2, 2, 4, 3, whatever, what can you calculate? The slope. M is equal to delta y over delta x, which the formula for that is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, right? And we read from left to right, so that's x sub 1 y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. And we do what? Plug and what? Plug each other. And that's going to be 3 minus 2 over 4 minus 2, which is equal to 1 over what? That's 1/2, and then you take your point slope equation, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, and pick a point. I'm going to pick 2 and 2. Why did I pick 2 and 2? Because it's smaller, Hubert. That's right. Y, this is x sub 1, this is y sub 1, so y minus parentheses, which is 2, equals 1/2 times x minus 2. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/2 x minus what? 1? Who is that keeps talking? I keep hearing somebody talking. Okay. Must be my imagination. Might be that speaker over there. Y is equal to 1/2 x minus 1 plus 2. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus what? Alright, now, you may or may not be as fluent with that as you want to be, but you've done it before. Alright? You've done this before, and you've done this before. In statistics, it's written as B sub O plus B sub 1x or something like that. Well, turn that around. B sub 1x plus B sub O is equal to what does this look like? Mx plus what? It's the same thing. And this is y is equal to mx plus b. What is b? Your vertical shift or your y-intercept. What is 1/2? Your slope. Now, what is regression? I'm just covering this just for a little bit because I'm probably going to go over it again Monday. I don't know yet. Regression in statistics this is called a scatter plot. You take your points and you plot them. And then you put a line through there that looks like a generalization of, it looks kind of like the middle of all the dots. I usually try to start with this dot right here and try to end up with another dot somewhere, because if you have this dot and you have this dot, you can actually do what? Figure the what? You can figure the slope and get the equation for that line. Okay, that's a simple way to do it. The hard way to do it is by using the two gigantic formulas in the book, which I do not tell you to use. I tell you to use your calculator. All right? Because if you look at those two gigantic, I don't even know they have them in the book, but they're huge. It's where you take the least squares, you take the distance here, and 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 this distance, like that. Take all those distances and you put them through those formulas. There's no use in it. Nobody's going to sit there and ask you to do that by hand, especially with a calculator in your hand. All right, so Monday I'm going to go over regression, which is 4.1 and 4.2. And I'm also going to show you how to do it in your calculator, so you won't be depending on the two big VA formulas in the book. Okay? That's what we're going to do Monday. And that'll be the end of Unit 2. Yep. Probably have the test next week. Let me get the roll. Let's see. My headache. My head's got this.